Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is A Cup of Elsie, and today, as promised, we're going to start a series on men's mental health and fitness. The whole month of May, I know that June is Men's Mental Health Month, but the whole month of May, we'll be talking to a lot of men to share ideas, to talk about mental health, to talk about fitness, and also talk about money, men's fitness, men's mental health. And to start this series, I'm starting off with my very good friend. I don't know if I should say very good friend that I haven't spoken to in a long time, but my very good friend from all the way back. And his name is Leslie G.I.F.T. So Leslie is the head trainer for G.I.F.T Fitness, and he's going to be sharing or giving us insights into men's fitness and also men's mental health. So I'll leave it up to Leslie to introduce himself properly.
Hi, Elsie. And as you said, we are good friends. Doesn't matter how long it's been. Time doesn't really exist. It's only a construct. So
Okay.
it's good to see you today.
It's good to see you too, Leslie. It's been so long, so long. So tell me a little bit about Gift Fitness. What made
Okay.
you name it as that, or what brought up the whole Gift Fitness?
Oh, actually, so it's an abbreviation, right? Good Fitness stands for Getting Incredibly Fit Today. And
Oh,
exactly, it's actually um, the idea of our founder, Juan Vargas, who is he is a guru, if you would like to call him. He is our mentor, and he came up with this idea of fitness as a whole, not just physical in the person, but physical, mental, energetic, and emotional fitness all coming together as a whole. Because you know that a human being is not only physical, right? We also have our mental, right? And then that leads us our emotions, right? Because
mm-hmm,
then if you do not know yourself, you do not know your emotions, right? You're not in control of your being.
mm-hmm.
So in order to be conversant with your whole being, you have to know yourself, and it starts with the physical. So
Gotcha.
that's a little bit about gift fitness.
Interesting. The
Yeah,
name, you wouldn't think that's what it means, but yeah, very interesting.
yeah.
So let's delve right into what made you get into fitness. I know you've said the mental, the physical, the
Uh-huh.
spiritual, and all that, but
Uh-huh.
you personally,
Uh-huh.
what made you get into that?
So personally, I would say when I was in university, where I met you in Ghana, yeah, my journey started off with just um, I would say just to look good, just to build confidence, to be fit, right? So I would go to the gym not as consistently as I do now, but I would go to the gym, just to test the waters with my friends, and we all didn't really know what we were doing. We're only just trying to figure this whole fitness thing out in the beginning.
You're doing
So
it for the girls.
that I would say that again.
Were you doing it to impress the girls, or you were doing it for like to really, really look good for yourself?
Oh, in the beginning, I would say I was to look good for myself and to look good for girls. I mean, I was in university, and lifestyle there was all fun and games mostly. So, uh, yeah, so I got into fitness at the age of 20, 21, I would say. And then further down the line, when I came here at the age of around 23, um, I was, doing jobs here and there. I was getting stressed out a lot because I didn't feel like I had a path. I just felt like I was just trying to find myself and trying to find a way forward. But then I stumbled upon fitness, right? well, I wouldn't say stumble because I'd already been exposed to it in the past, but I would say I went back to into fitness, and then it helped me meet some new people because this was a whole new environment for me. So it helped me build some connections with some people, and it helped me manage my stress. It helped me, it helped me um, get out of my mind. I would say, it helped me think less, and it helped me focus more on the present, be focus more on myself, and
Okay.
that helped me realize that working on my way was the way, working on myself was the way forward. And then COVID hit. So when COVID hit, I realized that I really had a passion for training and working out for myself, and most of my friends would flock to me and try to practice or try to ask me to teach them what I knew, and I realized that
Mhm.
it really came easy to me. So I had like a following. I had a group of friends who would always come around me. They would pick me up from home, take me to the gym, and then I'll just train them. And then it became this routine of ours. Every day after work, they pick me up, take me to the gym. I train them, and I found a little family there. And then they urged me, they pushed me, they told me encouraged me to be a trainer because then they saw the light to me. They saw that I was able to just do this easily. So that's how I
Mm.
became a trainer.
Cool. Interesting story. So, yes, I've known you for a while. So, I've known you
Hmm.
for since I think 2016. Oh, no,
Yes.
since 2012.
2012. Yes. Yes.
So, I've known
Since
you since 2012. And I wouldn't, like, of course, like with like all the guys in the class, I wouldn't know who is into fitness and who is not. But of course, you know
hmm
when somebody's fit and, the
Yes.
others not. Would you say that your journey through um, fitness or men's fitness has empowered you in any way? First of all, has empowered your mental health, and then we can delve into what mental health means to you.
Oh, for sure. I would say fitness actually saved me a lot from my mind because then um so when it comes to physical fitness, right? When it comes to your body, right? Your body is the gateway to opening up your mind. It's the gateway to attention, right? To paying attention because then when you're working out your body, right, you're connecting your mind to your body, you're connecting your mind to different parts of your body. That's when you realize that you have control over your mind, right? Because initially you just feel like you're going through the motions and you don't know what the thoughts that are going through your head. You don't know where they're coming from, how they are. You don't even realize that you could actually pay attention to some things and not pay attention to other things. But as
Mhm.
you work on yourself and as you physically work on yourself and realize that you could channel your mind to your body parts, then you open up your mind and realize that there's more you could do with your mind than just let your thoughts lead you. So for me, I would say it was like the gateway to my mind.
Hmm.
So it helped me calm down my thoughts and it helped me channel my mind in a better way.
Interesting. What does mental health mean to you? Since we're talking about the mind, what does mental health mean to you?
So mental health to me means to be able to be able to have a fit mind, right? To be able to not let your thoughts lead you or not let your thoughts lead you negatively, right, into a place of, I would say, depression, right? Or to not be in control of your thoughts, right? And your emotions, because the way you think is actually what makes you feel the way you feel. So everything stems from how you think.
Hmm.
So being mentally healthy is being in control of your mind.
I think when it comes to the subject of mental health, it's the doctors or the people in the mental health space would have like a general definition, but then
Uh-huh.
there's also the breakdown of what it really is case by
E-
case, right? And so
exactly.
everybody, it may be different based off what they are describing, based on personal description. So that's not something that we can overly, that's not something that we can put in a box. We have to
Exactly.
look on it based on.
There's a wide array of definitions.
Yes, 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 yes. So my first question, I have 10 questions for you today. And my
Uh-huh.
first question to you is going to be, how does physical fitness impact men's mental well-being? And what are some of the effective strategies for incorporating fitness into mental health self-care routines?
So, as I said before, right? Physical fitness is the gateway to opening up your mind. It's the gateway to being able to realize that when you pay attention to your body, right, you could also pay attention to your thoughts. So,
Mm,
when it comes to mental health, after paying attention to your body and realizing that you could pay attention to your thoughts, you could deal with your thoughts personally, and you could sit down and be able to focus on the positivity, right? And then do
mhm,
away with the negative thoughts. So that's really going to impact your mental health. And these days, there's a lot of things people could do to be to channel physical fitness. There's even things that you don't even have to pay for. Like this, you could go out on,
YouTube.
you could do calisthenics outdoors. You could go for walks. There's studios. There's yoga studios. There's different gyms. People could take up like cycling. People there's a a whole lot that you could do, and even from your home, like online, on YouTube, on Instagram. There's so much information out there. So we're not lacking in information when it comes to physical fitness.
So there's an array of resources on YouTube or online, like you said, Facebook,
Exactly.
Instagram, YouTube,
Exactly.
whatever friends people may have that are into that may train them.
Hmm.
But how do we know that those strategies we are taking, how do we know the right ones for our body? How do we know that that's actually, well, I guess this is just something for me. It's off
Hmm.
topic because we're discussing mental health and fitness and all that. But how do I know
Exactly.
I'm doing the right thing?
So when it comes to physical fitness, the I would say there's no specific right way, because everybody's unique and everybody is different. Everybody has needs of their own.
Mm-hmm.
So with me, I created my own way initially. As I started working out, I tested out different methods, right? And I became very conversant with using a kettlebell. So I realized that for me, using a kettlebell was really what I enjoyed. So everybody may enjoy different things, but it depends on you. So you could go out there and find what is best for you, what really suits you, what you may really enjoy. Another thing is also finding a trainer or finding a friend that could guide you, like myself, because I have been through all these things, right? And I would be able to point the way, and I'll be able to show you what things you could do and what things come are accessible to you that'll be easy for you, depending on your lifestyle and your schedule, right? So you could also seek professional help to make things easier for you. And like I said, there's a wide array of information out there where you could look it up yourself. And there's even AIs where you could create your own fitness programs by talking to AIs
Hmm.
these days. So there's a whole lot of things you could do.
Interesting. What role does financial stability play in men's mental health? And how can financial stress be managed to prevent negative impacts on mental well being? This is all the men that will come through this, the videos we do this month. There'll be some financial question in there to see how that impacts your mental health, your fitness, your lifestyle in general. So I'm going to
Yes.
ask again, what role does financial stability play in men's mental health or in your mental health?
Hmm.
And how can that financial stress be managed to prevent negative impacts on mental well-being?
If speaking personally, I'm um well, I would say I do not have any. stress on when it comes to financial stability, because um, I understand that money comes to you. Money is not everything. Money is just it's a form of energy,
Mm-hmm.
and it just comes and goes. It flows. It comes to
Yeah,
you when you need it. You use it for what you need to use it for, and then it goes. So the idea of holding on to money and holding on to the bills and the stresses that it comes along with it is what will affect you mentally. So if you're able to just live day by day, do what you're supposed to do, work hard, and not focus on the negatives, focus on the bills and the stresses, and just let your mind be free. Your mental health, money, financial stability will not affect your mental health. So the key is not to focus on the problems, but focus on the solutions. Focus on what you could do day by day, not month by month or year by year. Focus on what you could do day by day, right? A little drop every day. Be consistent, be hardworking, and the money's gonna flow in when you need it. And don't hold on to the idea of how things should be, or of how much money you should have, you know, because there's a narrative being pushed by society where people are supposed to live a happy life or a lavish life where they splurge and buy things unnecessarily, you know. So it's all about priorities, and it's all about not focusing on the negatives.
I agree. That's very insightful. Thank you for sharing that. Um, are there correlations between physical fitness levels and financial health with men's mental health outcomes?
So when you say physical fitness levels, do you mean how far somebody has gotten into their fitness journey?
So it could be how far they've gotten into their fitness journey, or it could just be, I just want to live healthy. But then because sometimes I have stresses like that could be financial, right? And,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just specific to men, right? Because I know that sometimes when we take the broad spectrum of men, they have like, if a man doesn't have money, his ego is kind of bruised, or,
Mm-hmm.
this general notion with men
Mm-hmm.
and
Uh-huh.
so there are people that they let their fitness kind of dwindle, or their lifestyle with fitness dwindle, just because I cannot afford this and that, and they go into
Yes.
this deep mental
Yes.
state or depression. So do you
Yes.
think a correlation between finance for men and fitness and mental health?
Well, what I think is that as long as you're disciplined and you're consistent, right? And you don't let outside material or outside stimuli affect you, you will not be in this, you will not be involved in the highs and lows of life. You will not be affected by the highs and the lows of life, because then consistency and discipline keeps you on a straight line, and it
Mm-hmm.
keeps you balanced, it keeps you grounded. So if you're you're consistent and disciplined in your physical training,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't matter what's happening in life, doesn't matter what's happening around you, if you're doing what you need to do every day, right, your mind will be balanced. First, need to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself physically and mentally. Do the things that you need to do. Be consistent and disciplined. And when it comes to the money, same thing as I said, day by day, right? So actually, what will affect you mentally is when you let go of your goals, you let go of your physical consistency, your consistency in physical fitness, because of your financial problems. Whereas in you should be focused on yourself,
But
right?
how will somebody be able to focus on themselves? Like, for example, I know that if you're a fit person, I'm not saying they
Mm-hmm.
eat a lot, but you have to
Mm-hmm.
eat. Like every human being, it's a basic need of life, right? And
Yes.
you cannot even afford the next meal. I'm like, what if I can afford the next meal? What am I doing in the gym? What am I trying to do to getting fit, right? So why should I go lose all those calories or burn all that calories and then come back and I need to eat or something? And this may just be like a very silly example with food,
Oh, I
but
understand. Yes.
a huge responsibility on this person that has stressed them so much that they are unable to achieve the other goals that they've set for themselves. They
Yeah.
want to, but these things are stresses that are preventing them from wanting to do that.
Okay, so let's start off with a simple walk outside, right? So let's say you walk outside, you walk 20 minutes outside every day, right? And then that walk, that fresh air, that environment, the trees, the plants, right? Just walking outside helps you clear your mind. So no matter what problems you have, right, that walk outside, right, keeps you in the present, just helps you clear your mind. And
Mm-hmm.
that's helping you mentally, that's helping you physically as well, because you're working on your cardiovascular. So it doesn't have to be very intricate, it could be the littlest thing, right? So whatever you're going through financially, there's always something you could do.
Mm. Okay. Well, guys, there's always something you can do. Just
There's
remember
always
that
something you could do.
there's always something you can do. Do not um, put yourself into a state of depression or stress or whatever just because you're, stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's always something you can do. Just keep being fit, making sure that your mind is fit as well. Whole point of being fit, right? And then
Exactly.
conquer the rest. Um, how would you say that workplaces support the mental health of male employees by incorporating fitness and financial wellness programs into their benefit offerings?
Actually, know a couple of people that work in the military that have been given an hour, right, from their jobs to work on themselves physically. So I see this is actually something that's been being incorporated, right? Because then the chemicals that are actually released into your mind when you work out help de-stress you. So these things have been noted by work environments, and then they're actually pushing this to help their employees. So this is this is a way to for people in the workplace to also be incentivized to follow physical fitness.
Okay. Well, I know that for a few places that I've worked at, like we have gyms that if you want to go, you can go. I mean,
Exactly.
sometimes when things are easily accessible, we don't use them. But yeah,
Wow. Well,
I,
that's when we actually should use them.
yeah,
Because
I know
I
that work we have gyms and
Yeah,
we have a gym downstairs. But
yes.
I just I was like, oh, let me go look at where the gym is, but I've been actually used it, so I'm 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 a culprit. So just reporting myself.
Well, I was gonna say it's all the mindset. If you just have to know what to do, and you have to be intentional. You have to have intent. You have to have the strongest intent, because then your mind could just play with you, you know. But if your
That's
attention is strong, if you're if you know what to do and you stick to it, then you'll be balanced.
then
You'll
you'll
be
be balanced.
grounded.
Okay. Okay. My last question before we wrap this up would be
Mm-hmm.
no, in fact, two questions. What
Okay.
resources are available for men who are struggling with mental health issues relating to fitness or finance? Are there any, like, so we've spoken about the fitness, we've spoken about some stresses. So this
Yes.
question is asking, are there resources available for men, specifically for men? I know most of the time when we talk about this, the whole point of this series is to really shine light on the men. Like Mother's Day is tomorrow, right?
Uh-huh.
Everybody talks about Mother's Day. Father's
Yes.
Day comes and the noise is not as much, right? And then the men
Well, we
are,
all love our mother.
yeah, the men are providers. They're out there breaking their backs. Of course, there are
Yes,
women who
we are.
do all these things as well, who are like men in the lives of their kids, and so
Yes.
we understand why they're celebrated. So I want to shine light really on men and their mental health and their fitness or whatever, but specifically relating to mental health. So what would
Mm-hmm.
you say if you, as a fitness trainer, are there resources out there? Like not just YouTube, um, resources specifically available for men's mental health? Because I cannot just go to YouTube and watch a video of a psychologist or a psychiatrist talking about some mental health, whatever. What resources would you tell them to take? Just coming from you, who's a fitness trainer.
Oh,
Hey, these
reading
resources.
books.
Reading.
Reading. I read every day, every single day.
What type of books?
Well, books to help yourself, self-help
Books.
books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Self-help
To
books. Are
Nobody
these
gave us a
easy?
manual to this. We just came in here and we're supposed to figure stuff out, and people tell us what to do. People tell us how to live, right? But are those telling us how to live? Are they living the right way? Who's really living the right way? So the only way you can learn, right, is to experience, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you need a guide for your experiences through somebody who has experience.
Okay.
So reading books opens your mind
Mm-hmm.
to different ways you could attack your experiences or different ways you could go through your experiences, right? And it also helps you mentally to stay out of your thoughts and to focus. That's why I love reading, because you learn, right, and then you stay out of your thoughts, so it helps you mentally.
Okay.
So I
So
would say
just
books, resources out there, books, podcasts, like you said, YouTube, right? Yeah.
okay. Okay. Um, so in general, do you as a fitness trainer have like male friends that come to you and you can tell like this person is going through something like you, maybe you've been able to
Oh,
detect this person is going through
all the
something
time,
all the
all
time
the
and
time.
you
Yeah.
feel like you channel their inner stress and inner
No,
depression into
well,
fitness.
because I pay attention. When you pay attention, right, you're able to notice patterns in people's behaviors. And when somebody's off, you're able to tell. I see people all the time. I see people all the time. So I'm able to see when somebody's off. Some people may like to talk about it. Some people may not like to talk about it and just work through it, right?
Mm,
But these days, being a trainer is as well as being a psychologist or psychiatrist. I'm sorry, because then we're able to help people go through their problems and come up with solutions. And even if they don't come up with solutions, they feel better at the end of the day. So it's part of the job.
okay. What advice would you give to the men out there, as a man to other men, when
Hmm.
it comes to the issue of mental health,
Hmm.
money, and fitness?
I would say the most important thing you could do is work on yourself, work on your physical, work on your mind, work on your inside world. Read books, build your mind, because the same way you could build your body, you could build your mind. And whatever information you put in your mind is what will come out of you. So work on your inside world and your outside world will show.
Hmm.
And don't focus on the outside world, because when you focus on the outside world is when you stress mentally.
How applicable is this? Like all the time, even growing up, your parents will tell you, "Oh, don't follow this friend; they're bad." But how really practical is that? Like people can say, "Oh, just focus, be this, be that." Like how practical is this?
I do
I'm
it every
trying
day.
myself to be like a guy and trying to find how, like a man that has 6 children is trying to figure out how he's going to take care of the children, and yeah, like come get yourself fit. He's all he's thinking about is family, money, and family money. Really, he's not even thinking about his mental health or his fitness. Right? He's thinking of how
Yes.
to make his family succeed or thrive, and then he's out there just winging it. So I think most of these things is easier said than done.
Yes.
um
I would say
it's important to keep your fitness and your lifestyle right. Once you do that, you have clarity. I think in speaking with you, what I'm hearing is you get more clarity when you're fit, and all other
exactly.
things in your life you'll be able to like know like what's important and put what's important where. So
Exactly.
in getting out of this I won't call it an interview, getting out of this discussion, what I'm going to take, and for myself, because I'm also on a journey, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not a man, of course, but what I'm
Well, this
hearing is
applies to everybody.
it applies to everybody. Just make sure that I'm putting the right thing first. Once I get fit, it translates into my mind getting fit. It translates into my body, my mind letting my body know, hey, I'm fit up here. So every other thing in the body needs to get in check. And then you get your goals right, you get every other thing that you have to get done, and right, like your work or whatever, and then you
Yeah,
can put your finances and everything in check as well.
exactly. Exactly.
In that order. Well, Leslie, do you have any few words or final words for my listeners and who are going to be listening to you for the first time on this topic? Is there anything you want them to take out of this discussion?
I believe I said my last words when I spoke about working on yourself and working on your mind and your body and working on yourself, right? Working on your inside world and not focusing on the things that are outside of you, the things that you can't control, because you can only control yourself.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you have control of. You don't have control of anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can be aware of yourself and work on your body, your mind, your emotions, and your energy, you'll be able to change your outside world. So your inside
Mm-hmm.
world changes your outside world. Whatever you feed yourself, whatever you read, right? Whatever you focus on is what you portray. So the most important thing you could do is work on yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much, Leslie. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
making time to speak with me and then my viewers. So this is it, guys. I hope you like this video. I hope you share this video with a friend, hopefully a male friend, so they know that they are not alone. There are people out there like Leslie who wants to share knowledge on fitness and generally experiences that boys or men go through. And just know that you're also loved. Share this video with someone. Make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you in another video. Bye.
Bye.